Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another experiment in Schedule 1. My name is Savin, founder, president, and CEO of the Syndicate. Today, we are back in the warehouse for another grow pod experiment. However, this time, we are taking a closer look at drying racks. Today, we're going to determine what is the best setup in order to produce the most heavenly quality buds possible. So let's head down to the factory floor and I'll take you through today's experiment. And this is what we are working with today, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's a little claustrophobic in here, but I'm gonna take you through it step by step. We have 4 setups running right now. Let's go through each of them so you know exactly what we're doing. First, we have a 4 air pot setup with 4 drying racks. Each one of the pots is going to be feeding its own drying rack. So our botanist has 4 pots and 4 racks. And we'll see how much heavenly quality buds this setup makes. As you see, all of the drying racks have the heavenly quality as our target. So the botanist will grow the plant, throw it on the rack. As soon as the rack is done drying, the botanist will grab it from the rack and throw it on the storage rack here. Each botanist is paired up with its own handler who is going to be moving the product down the line of the storage racks here. That way, none of the storage racks fill up, halting the progress of the experiment. And the handlers are also going to be keeping the botanist stocked up. They've got a primary supply shelf and then a backup. The handler will move the supplies from the backup to the primary. So this is setup 1, 4 air pots, 4 drying racks. The next setup is 5 air pots and 3 drying racks. So for this setup, 2 pots are going to this one. We've got the 2 pots in the back going to this one. And then this 1 pot here going to the 3rd drying rack. Once again, once the buds are dry, the botanist will put it on the storage rack and the handlers will move it on down the line. Next up, we have a 6-pot setup. This one has 3 pots going to 1 drying rack, the other 3 pots going to a 2nd drying rack. And same thing, those drying racks will be put onto the storage, or the product put on the storage racks, and then the handler will move it on down the line. And our last setup is a 7 air pot setup with 1 drying rack, and then that drying rack is fed to this set of storage racks over here. All of the pots are going to be growing the OG Kush seeds, and they're going to be using the fertilizer additive. So the buds will automatically start off at the high quality. That way they only have 1 drying cycle in order to get up to heavenly. Normally I run these experiments for 3 days. However, this time around, because we're using drying racks, I'm gonna let this go for 5 days. I'm gonna skip day 1 and 2 and we will pick things up on day 3. I will show you what the results are at the end of day 3, 4, and 5. At the end of each day, I will consolidate the buds and we will put them into their own little storage area here. So we've got our 4 air pot setup, our 5 air pot setup, 6 air pot setup, and 7 air pot setup. We'll let this go for 5 days, and at the end of those 5 days, whichever setup produces the most heavenly quality buds will be the winner. All that is left to do is motivate the troops, and we'll head to bed and get this experiment started. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another experiment. You guys always do excellent work. So I want you guys to get your 3 hours of sleep. We've got a long one ahead of us. This is going to be a 5-day experiment. So I want you guys to hustle. Give me your best. Let's hit the hay and get up early and get this party started. Let's get to it.
Tomorrow.
It is the morning of day 1, ladies and gentlemen. The botanists are getting ready to get started. They're getting everything set up. We're going to kick back and relax, let them do their thing. And I will check in with you guys at the end of day 3. So hang tight. And we have finally reached the end of day 3. I'm gonna hop down, grab the buds, get them all consolidated and bricked up, and we will take a look at our day 3 results. And all of the buds have been gathered up. I also went ahead and relabeled each of the stations to include the amount of drying racks. Since this is a drying rack experiment, I figured I better put the number of drying racks up there as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at our day 3 results. Starting with the 4 airpot 4 drying rack setup, we have 9 bricks and 16 loose for a total of 196 heavenly quality buds. Next up is our 5 airpot and 3 drying rack setup, which has produced 10 bricks and 12 loose for a total of 212 heavenly buds. And now our 6 airpot setup with 2 drying racks, which has produced 6 bricks and 16 loose for a total of 136 heavenly quality buds. And last, our 7 airpot setup with 1 drying rack has produced 4 bricks, giving us a total of 80 heavenly quality buds. 3 days down, 2 to go. Let's go motivate the troops and we'll head to bed for day 4. Ladies and gentlemen, excellent job so far. I'm going to keep this nice and short. I know it's been a long experiment already. We've got 3 days down. We've got 2 more to go. I want you guys to get your 3 hours of sleep, and in the morning, we're going to get right back to it. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you in the morning.
Day 4.
The morning of day 4 is upon us. Our botanists have already gotten busy, and we will sit back and see how much they can produce. Check in with you guys at the end of day 4. And we have reached the end of day 4. I'm gonna hop down, consolidate all the buds, and we will take a look at our day 4 results. All of the buds have been consolidated. Let's take a look at our day 4 results. Starting off with the 4 airpot 4 drying rack setup, we have 16 bricks and 16 loose for a total of 336 heavenly buds. Next up, our 5 airpot setup with the 3 drying racks, which has produced 18 bricks and 12 loose for a total of 372 heavenly quality buds. Next up, our 6 airpot setup with the 2 drying racks, which has produced 12 bricks and 16 loose for a total of 256 heavenly buds. And our last setup, the 7 airpots with 1 drying rack, has produced 6 bricks for a total of 120 heavenly quality buds. We are in the home stretch, only 1 day to go. Let's go motivate the troops and we will finish this bad boy off. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say excellent work so far. We've got 4 days down, 1 to go. Get your 3 hours of sleep. Let's finish this bad boy off strong. In the morning, I want you to give me your absolute best. 1 day to go, guys. Let's get to sleep and let's get to it.
Tomorrow.
The morning of day 5 is finally here. We got 1 day to go, guys. We're going to let the botanists do their thing, and we will check in with them at the end of the day to get our final results. And we have reached the end of day 5. Another long experiment down, ladies and gentlemen. Let me jump down and grab all the buds and we will take a look at our final results. All of the buds have been consolidated. Let's go ahead and take a look at our final results. First up, the 4 air pot and 4 drying rack setup, which has produced 23 bricks and 16 loose for a total of 476 heavenly quality buds. Next up, the 5 air pot and 3 drying rack setup, which has produced 24 bricks and 12 loose for a total of 492 buds. Next up, our 6 air pot and 2 drying rack setup, which has produced 16 bricks and 16 loose for a grand total of 336 heavenly quality buds. And last, and honestly probably least, the 7 air pot 1 drying rack setup, which produced 8 bricks for a total of 160 heavenly quality buds. Yet another experiment in the books, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go thank the troops and we will go over the results. I'll give you my closing thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, what an excellent job each and every one of you did. Walter, thank you so much, buddy. I really appreciate all your hard work. Jason, as always, job well done. Sharon, thank you so much for working your butt off for me. I really appreciate it. Jacob, you are awesome, man. Thank you so much. Anthony, number 1, good job, buddy. Good job. Love it. Jesse, how you doing, man? Thank you so much for all your hard work during this experiment. Anthony, number 2, excellent job. I appreciate your hard work. And of course, Margaret, thank you so much. Yet another experiment down, ladies and gentlemen, and this one surprised me a little bit. It was actually a lot closer than I thought it would be. The overall winner was the 5 air pot setup with the 3 drying racks. However, in a close second was the 4 pot setup with the 4 drying racks. With the 6 air pot and 2 drying racks, 7 air pot and 1 drying rack setups way behind. Only 16 buds separated the 5 and 3 from the 4 and 4, so it was, like I said, pretty close race. But ultimately, this experiment shows that currently the best setup in order to make the most heavenly quality buds you can is a 5 air pot setup with 3 drying racks. Now, I still maintain that in the current version, heavenly quality products are not at all necessary. You can complete everything in this game just using regular premium quality buds. But that will not always be the case. This game is still very early access, and the developer is hard at work releasing updates like crazy. So I do not think it'll be long until heavenly quality will be necessary. And it's always good to plan for the future. I hope you folks have found this experiment interesting and find the information revealed useful. If you have thoughts for future experiments you would like to see me run, head on down to the comments and let me know which experiment would you like to see next in Schedule 1. But for now, this is Savin saying thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and keep on grinding.